Well, good afternoon, everybody. Today on the Roadmap interview series, as usual, myself being the moderator, Gennady from Blogely, and we're very happy to have Dr. Uyi Abraham with us today. And his product that caught our eye was Vonza. And before we dive into quizzing him about his experiences and lessons learned, I want to turn it over to Gennady so that he can explain for someone who hasn't seen the series what it's all about.
All right. Thanks, Tom. So my name is Gennady Batrakov, and I'm a founder of Blogely. This is an app for content creators. And today we have a YouTube channel that is going to ask every founder, who we meet and would like to bring on the show. On our show, we're gonna ask questions, some improvised questions. But we have like a quick outline what we're going to ask. But of course, it's going to be not only about the app, but also about you as a founder. So I want to know what's the challenges you had, what kind of issues, how you solve them, and that potentially it might help the other people who would watch this and take the notes.
Okay. Cool. So Uyi, why don't we dive in and tell us a little bit about your background and how things evolved for you to Vonza.
Thank you so much, Tom and Gennady, right?
Gennady.
Gennady, awesome. I'm so excited to be on your show, on your platform. I've really been looking forward to this and just to get a chance to talk with you both and to the audience today. So I'm Uyi Abraham. So I'm originally from Nigeria. So I was born and raised in Nigeria. So a few years ago, I came to America with just $100 and a suitcase of clothes. So I was in school in Nigeria trying to become a medical doctor. So I was able to come over to America. And my dream was to become a medical doctor. But somewhere along the line, I lost interest in medicine. I felt like I could serve better through entrepreneurship than putting needles in people's body. There's nothing wrong with that. Many of my friends are still medical doctors, and doctors are doing great work all over the world, So that's why I came to America. So I came here, like they said, for the American dream, but it wasn't easy and rosy. We just come with $100 and a suitcase of clothes.
Hey, good investment, 100.
Yeah, so somewhere along the line, things got really hard and tough. I became homeless. I was sleeping on friend's couch. I think, Jenna, you got a nice couch there. I wish I had that type of couch. I would have had a better time, but it wasn't really comfortable couch, sleeping on the floor, on the mattress, in my car. From there, I found a job, my first job in America. I was working at the movie theater, and I was making about $6.15 an hour. So getting tickets in movie theater, sweeping the floor, working in the kitchen, and doing all kind of media job just to survive. So from there to now, went back to school, got degrees in business and marketing, and then, tried all kind of different jobs here and there, but nothing really was clicking. So I felt like really my purpose on earth, why God put me here, was to be an entrepreneur and also to empower other entrepreneurs to become successful with their business online. So the idea for Vonza came because as an entrepreneur, so when things I've done all kind of businesses, I failed in many businesses.
Hold on. Before we get to Vonza,
okay,
amazing story. So I have my own story as well. So I know how tough it is to go from one country to another with no money, no friends, no relatives. So it's very tough. Give us a little more. So when you come, what year was it? When did you come?
So I came in 2002. I came to America 2002. So about 20 years this year in America.
So you got some working, sleeping in the friends' houses, whatever they give you, and you got some job for like $6 an hour, right?
Wow. Yeah. job for $6 an hour. I had I saved that money a little bit, and I was living in Texas at the time.
You're single?
Single, yeah. Ooh, you can't marry a wife with $6 now, bro. You can't marry a wife with $6.
With that kind of income, forget about women. Okay?
You
can move on.
A lot of women are going to marry you with that kind of income. Don't be like, bro, get your money up a little bit. I was able to save a little bit. I was able to save $500, and I found a car for $600. I gave the guy $500. Please help me with this and give me 6 months to pay the rest $100, because I couldn't budget it, and that car will overheat every other day. That car will leak oil every other day. I gotta literally have like gallons of water and gallons of oil in my car, because when it leaks oil, I gotta let it cool down and put oil so I can get home. Then halfway in my distance, the water will overheat. I gotta let it cool down again and put water. I did that for months,
Tom, you don't know this, but I tell you this. I think pretty much every immigrant who comes in this country goes through this. Yeah. Like I remember when I was buying my car, and it was my first car. I scrambled a few $100s. I bought the car, and then I didn't even know that it was a kind of stop right in the middle of the road, and I didn't know how to bring it even to the dealer. I had no money, so there was some rough period. I mean, that you take when you come to America. Okay, go on. So I want to listen.
Yeah, it was so bad. I mean, that was when I met my wife. Now on my way to my first date, the car broke down. It was crazy and embarrassing. So from there to started working different jobs, then became an entrepreneur. My first business was designing websites. I taught myself how to design websites.
And when was it?
This was around 2004.
Already, okay. So you're not new. So you already
exactly. About 2 years in, I'm like, this job thing. The highest I got paid at a job was probably about $10 an hour, thereabout. So which was better than $6.
That's a good increase.
Yeah, a good increase. I'm like, the website thing was actually like a part-time thing. So I figured, I wanted to build websites for myself, for our church, and also other churches and small businesses with their websites. So that's how I really started in entrepreneurship. Then people started saying, hey, you build websites. Can you also do photography? What about, I need a video for my websites? I taught myself websites, photography, videography, graphics, so many things I learned so that I could serve my customers and also to make money to survive, Then the way I got to Vonza was around 2010. I started creating courses online. At that time, it wasn't called courses, it was just like online training, whatever. So put on YouTube. And
in 2010, you started thinking about your own business, or you already had
Yes, I already had some businesses, but 2010 was when I started training online. I started creating like online programs, teaching people how to become a coach, teaching people how to learn photography. I was teaching people what I already know. At that time, it wasn't called online courses or anything. It was just like training people. Hey, you want to learn how to become a coach, life coach or photography? I'll teach you how to do that. So I put videos on YouTube and use paper, and it was crazy and stuff. Then around 2018, I started feeling really overwhelmed with using so many different tools. Now technology have evolved. So I was using Teachable and Kajabi for my courses.
Yeah, I know they're complicated and expensive.
For funnels, and Kajabi was expensive. It was not really user-friendly. Teachable was good. It was doing courses. Then I was selling products on Shopify. Then I was using WordPress for plugins. I was using so many different technology stack, and it was like my head was spinning. I was wasting a lot of time and money trying to work on these tools instead of really
So
serving customers.
you were making money. You're trying to make money on the courses, right? So you design the courses for like somebody teaching the WordPress,
Yes.
plugins, or all this stuff, right? Okay.
Yes, I was, but I was just overwhelmed with so many different tools and all this one, that one, and sometimes they don't talk well with each other. One day I was having a launch for a new program I was doing, and my WordPress plugins just began to act crazy, and did not talk to my course platform and this. I'm like, this is insanity. There has to be. I'm like, we can send a man to the moon, and yet we can have a simple all-in-one platform, right? That gives me all the tools I need, all of them. I don't want to use 10. I just need one.
I hear you.
That sounds very familiar, doesn't it, Gennady?
To help me with my scheduling, my this, my that, all in one login. So I saw that there was really nothing out there. The only thing that was closed was Kajabi, but it was expensive and wasn't really that good. And they didn't have feature that I needed. So I decided as an entrepreneur to solve the problem. So I started putting a team together, and that's how we started Vonza. So we started around February. In fact, this month makes us, in the next Valentine's Day will be 2 years that we launched Vonza. So we just
2 years.
Well, 2 years.
But before you start, tell me, I understand that you got the idea, you got the concept. So you already know this is a painful field that you need to put all the classes together, and you're using multiple apps of doing it. They don't talk to each other, and very difficult. You're wasting your time. So you put in this idea together. Did you get funding, or how did you?
Very good question. So again, I'm sad to say this. I tried to get funding, but a lot of people don't know there's a little bias going on in the Silicon Valley with people who look like me or talk like me. So when you say you have this big idea to pretty much change the world for entrepreneurs, they look at you like, how can somebody who look like you or talk like you do that? So we didn't get funding. So what I decided to do, I try to put my money where my mouth is. I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, that's it. Put your money where your mouth is. That's
exactly.
It. Or where your code is in this case, right?
So you pull all your savings, everything you got?
Savings, credit cards, everything to get started. So I just funded it from day one. So we still bootstrapped. We don't have any outside investors, but hey, we're trying to grow faster. So somebody's listening right now, they can write us a check. I'll be happy to talk to them. Tom, I'll be happy to talk to them, Tom. But we bootstrapped, we're doing very well. We just experienced with the partnership we just did with AppSumo, we just experienced our biggest growth season. Together, we've added over 2,000 new customers in the last 90 days.
Wow,
so
nice.
We're growing so fast and trying to service our customers, but we know there's a lot more that we want to do. So we're just trying to get us more support and resources to help small business and entrepreneurs. We saw with COVID-19 how many people lost their jobs, lost their income. So for a lot of people, online business is the only livelihood for them to pay their bills, pay their rent, take care of their children, their family. So Vonza want to be that partner with entrepreneurs, small businesses, and coaches to help them power their business online so they can get the revenue they need to maintain the freedom they want.
Mm-hmm. Wow, very nice. I like
about the structure. Okay, you started, so you're already like 2 years down the road, building an app. I'm totally relate to that. I know how hard it is to bring the subscription to life. So of course, the AppSumo is a solution to started off. The first traction is to get their lifetime dealers, right? So after that, you're really hoping that you bring up the subscription and everything, so that it isn't easy. But of course, how about your team? How you build the team? I know that's very difficult to find the people, to find the qualified people. And not only that, it's very difficult. You got to build the relationships. It's not like you buddy with someone and say, oh, let's go. You got to have skills. You got to have a good programmers. You have to have established some process, managing your projects and the tasks. You create some kind of workflows, designers, testers. How did you do that?
Very good question. So it wasn't a straight journey. I'm not a very good programmer to program something like
I'm not a programmer myself.
Exactly. I mean, I could do a little bit web design stuff, but I need some more skilled talents. So the very first team that I hired, they were out of India, and they scammed me. So after about 6 months in, what they did for me was garbage. And so I lost the money, I lost everything. So we had to start all over again. And then, as God will have it, I was on a network site, and I met, a very good software engineer out of Pakistan. I'm like, hey, somebody from India just scammed me, and I lost my money, and 6 months, nothing to show. Can you help me? They're like, yeah, I can build it. So I hired him immediately, was our chief technology officer. And from there, we just started adding and building the team one at a time. And right now we have about probably 21, 22 people.
Wow.
For Vonza, probably 24 across the United States, Pakistan, India, Malaysia, Belgium, India, Nigeria, so maybe about 7, 8 countries, so we're really diverse team.
Yeah, it's pretty standard today. I mean, everybody have a team spread all over, so you don't build it now anymore physically, especially in the software. Yeah. So all the other people everybody I know that have all teams scattered everywhere. So tell me more. Of course, you go for the trying to save a buck, and you go and you get the cheapest possible labor. I mean, to find a team, of course, you're going to get burned. So no matter what the country you go, so you got to be careful on that. So you learn the lesson, then you carefully selecting the people. How you qualified that?
Yeah, that was exactly what I was going to ask, is how do you know you're not going to get scammed?
so this time around, I was a little bit wiser, and I was more careful how I hired. So the first people, they also too, now I was looking for somebody that was trying to build something great, not somebody that was all for the money, right? So that was really qualified. I say, hey, I can't even pay you what you're worth, but my dream is to build this #1 platform for entrepreneurs all over the world. Right. And I can't pay you what you're worth, but if you believe in my vision, let's work together. Let's start building. Right.
I agree. This is the best approach.
Yeah. Then I said, hey, then the other test too was this, right? So, okay, tell me what we need to do now. Then it went to the stuff they did before. I was telling myself, just to save face, I said, just try to make it better. And it was like, no, it's really not that good. He said, if you want me to be a part of your team, allow me to rebuild it all the way from the ground up. He said,
that's a good sign.
We're not going to take shortcuts. So when I heard those things, I started feeling, okay, this is different from those other guys that were just trying to take shortcuts because they wanted to build things fast that was not really good. And so this guy was like, let's rebuild from scratch. Yeah. Then when he sent the new mock design, it was a lot better than the previous guys. So we just kind of build trust over time. We've been working together now for past 2 years, and we've added a lot of people to the team, and we're just growing and just trying to help entrepreneurs.
Well, you probably heard the expression. It was nice that he didn't try to patch it, because I grew up in the South. You're down at South too, and it's putting lipstick on a pig. It's prettier, but it's still a pig.
That's about right expression. Yeah, sometimes you need to take the chance. I mean, a loss is a loss. You need to move on. Of course, everybody will make a mistake who'll go on this field and try to build a software. Building a software is not easy. Even if you are a programmer, it's not easy anyway. So you still gotta have a team. You cannot do it yourself. you have to have a people working with you. So when you build a relationship, so this is an important one. And I know I have my ways, and I deal with the people. Sometimes I go with the trust, where I can have a feeling that can I really work with the person. And I'm looking for honesty. And again, like you said, I'm looking for the people who are not just after money, because somebody who's just trying to nickel and dime how much they make, and immediately gives me the sign of this is something is not right. Yeah. So how do you deal with getting together and managing your tasks? Because scattered team around the world, and everybody today, that's what we deal with. How you manage your time, your personal time, and dealing with all these different time frames. Somebody is in India, you talk maybe in the morning or at night. Somebody is in the US, somebody is in Europe, all different time frames. How you deal with that?
Very good question. Wow, you guys are asking questions that a lot of people in some other interviews don't ask, which is quite interesting, So my day typically starts at about 6 a.m. and probably goes all the way to 12 a.m. So about 18 hours. I do work about 18 hours, 7 days a week.
I can relate to that. That's nonstop. Basically, when you sleep, you have a time off. But other than that, you're constantly kind of on the loop. Not necessarily you're going to be working all 18 hours, but you can stop and go at any time. So it's like you have no time frame, like specific 8 to 9. No, it doesn't say 8 to 5. It doesn't work like that, right? So you're making your schedules around your communication with the team.
So, and also to become the time zone difference. So like my team in India, they typically awake at about 9 p.m. my time. So I can only work with them really between that 9 and 11 p.m. because that's when they're awake. That's when they get to the office. My team in Pakistan, my team in Malaysia. So it's just like that, So one of the things that have helped us because we're a remote team is trust. Right? We try to really hire good people who are really passionate. We try to hire people who are also kind of workaholics, right? Passionate workaholics, people that enjoy solving problems, right? And so because of that, like my CTO is over the tech team, another person is over customer support. And so, so they are in charge of that. But my CTO and my direct hires, I don't monitor their time frame because many times they messaging me all hours of the day. Sometimes I'm even begging that's okay. Go to bed now. It's late. Okay, go sleep. Let's continue this tomorrow, So, but just kind of trust, just hiring good people and sharing the vision and say, hey, if you're looking for a typical 9 to 5, this is not a job for you. We are a startup and we're growing fast. Okay, you're not in your job description, you're not working on weekends, but you're gonna work on some weekends, right? You're gonna
sometimes that happens, and
things break all the time in software. So we want to make sure that you're flexible. When you wake up in the morning, we try to hire people that love to get things done, right? They don't need to be supervised. So when they wake up in the morning, they brush their teeth, take a cup of coffee. The next thing they want to do is, let me log on my computer. I know there's somebody, we have a customer in South Korea that needs help, or we have somebody asking about a question in Japan. We try to just hire those kind of people. We try to not hire people who are looking for a job, because after 9, when it's 8 to 5, if by 5 o'clock, they don't want to do any work anymore. So we try to find people who self-driven, passionate, and want to be a part of building something.
That I can tell more from my experience, and I tell you this. One time I was like hiring a designer, right? So I was looking at it, looks like it's great, design skills and everything. And then we agreed that we're going to meet at certain time. So there was a time like convenient for this person. He's in a totally different time zone. So, and when we meet, and I was, of course, accommodating this, but I said, listen, sometimes we need to meet later or at any time during my time. So somehow they need to accommodate and maybe work sometimes evenings and switch some hours for evenings. And you know what I heard that said, well, no, that's not my hours. I usually work until 5 p.m. and after that I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's nice.
The very next second, very next minute, I turn it off completely. So there's for me, it doesn't. That's not the part of my team. This is sometimes you need to also just do an extra step to bring the value and then bring something to the company, because we work on the same goal. If we grow, you grow as well, because it's not like I'm value the people. I have people who with me for 5 years, and I'm truly treasuring this, and I value them because they have so much skills and they work with me, and I don't want to ruin this relationship.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your end user a little bit. I'm interested to hear what, how would you describe the person that your product is right for, and then tell a little bit about what it does.
Who is your end customer?
Yeah.
Very good question. So right now, our main customer is we call it the multi-passion coach, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a coach that sells courses, that need scheduling help with the clients, that sell a t-shirt, an ebook, or something. So they typically not just doing one thing. So because they do more than one thing, so they typically it's just easier for them to simplify their business by just having one platform that can do more than one thing for them, right? So an entrepreneur like me that was a coach and was selling courses and was selling t-shirts and ebooks, and then was just all over the place and need something simple to run their business online. So that's the long answer, but the short answer is that our ideal customer are coaches, course creators, and entrepreneurs, right? Entrepreneurs, that use Vonza.
You got really good marketing on your website, and I'm looking at the way you position your business right in the face. So I like that. With this is a simple way to power online business, all-in-one platform to build your knowledge base, and that says it all, right? So you're talking about the complexity of Kajabi, or say, are you also like a ClickFunnels as well? Mm-hmm. Are you?
Well, you have a funnel builder aspect as well.
Yes, we do. We do. Yeah. So we do courses, memberships, funnels, physical products, digital products, forms, scheduling, and cloud. And then, then we have some other tools coming soon, like SMS, CRM, invoicing, and all of that.
Yeah. So you got like also an ability to upsell in your funnels?
Yes, of course.
Nice.
Upsell, downsell with funnels.
And the downsell as well. Nice. Yes. Very nice.
How about content? Because, I'm a writer, and Gennady and I started working on a different product, but he developed Blogely as a result of almost exactly what you said. There were too many tools that you had to bring together. And as a writer, I was also cobbling up tools, not as many as it sounded like you were doing, Uyi, but still it's like, okay, I got this piece over here in Word, and I've got this piece over here in Excel, and I've got this piece on OneDrive. And it was very difficult to manage. So that was just like a preamble to Blogely is similar to what you guys do. It's an all-in-one.
But we cover a different niche. So for us, we're working with the content creators who basically publishing the content and promoting the content on the websites. So this
the question
is more about blogs.
That was my wind up to say, how important has been and is good content to moving your product, to promoting your product, and so forth.
Yeah, content is very, very awesome and very important to us, and especially that we bootstrap, so we don't have millions of dollars like our competitors have to run ads and buy customers. We don't buy customers. We try to talk to customers, and so we're really heavy on content and blogging and SEO to try to organically get customers. So it's a big part of our strategy, content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what's your marketing strategy overall? I understand the content. I see your blogs are pretty, pretty comprehensive, and you have a good blog section. You're focusing on SEO, on the keywords in it, right?
Yeah.
You're using some tools to get the optimization done, and also to promote your application. What tools are you using? What kind of tools, and what's your approach in the marketing?
Okay, tools for what specific, in general or any specific?
First, let's talk about specific, and then in general, I want to know. In general, I would like to know your productivity tools, like what do you use to stay productive, and in specific, what do you use more for marketing and promotion of your application?
Okay, yeah. So in general, we use AWS. That's what we do our hosting.
Your hosting, yeah.
Yeah, with AWS, we use Cloudflare, we use MongoDB,
yeah.
We use ClickUp for most of our CRM type stuff. We use ClickUp, we use Flowlu, we use Skype, we use we use Google Suites, we use Agile, we use so many tools.
Jira, no, you
don't. Jira, yeah, we use Jira. The tech team, they primarily use Jira for communication and stuff, and so we use so many different tools. And then for blogging, I think we use, now I'm not directly in charge of the blogging. I don't know what other tools they might use. I think they probably use we also use, I don't really know what they use, but I know for scheduling, we use Buffer. And I think we use Planoly or something for scheduling our blogs and stuff. Yeah. So we use a lot of different tools for Vonza.
Well, it sounds like another product for you.
Yeah.
So one of the questions we wanted to talk about was in your entrepreneurial journey, who have been your influences? Did you have mentors? Were there somebody that particularly inspired you to keep going?
So many people, honestly. I don't have one person that I would say. Sometimes also in different season I am. There's somebody that just really inspired me. Then another season. But some of the ones that I say are notable would be Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, then also to founder of ClickFunnels, what's his name, Russell Brunson. I think he's inspiring because he hasn't raised any money like some of these other guys do, So I think that's inspiring too, because I'm kind of similar situation. Then also to the founder of Calendly. Calendly founder is a Nigerian.
He's from Nigeria, right?
Yeah, from Nigeria, yeah. So I think that's my current inspiration now. I'm just trying to learn from him. And the good thing is also one of my coaches. So I have we talk every now and then. So it gives me some good insights that are helpful to me in building Vonza.
Excellent. Great. So before, how are we doing on time here? We're
fine. We're fine.
No, we're good on time. What advice would you offer to somebody contemplating? It's like, be careful who you hire. That was an obvious one there, but what one or two points would you say are the most important to somebody who's getting ready to launch into their own business, whether it's coaching or developing software? What would you say?
Very good question. If I could give two, the number one I would say would be, the first thing to do is that you need to decide to solve a big problem, right? Because if you're going to go into entrepreneurship, why solve a $5 problem when you can solve a bigger problem, right? So for me, I wasn't trying to just sell courses and coaches. I wanted to build a software that will change the world. It's big, it's ambitious, it's crazy, right? And when you dream really big, it's going to get harder to get it done. But if you can accomplish just half of what you set out to do, it's just more fulfilling, right? There's a lot of big problems to solve in the world. So why solve a small one? So I want to encourage somebody listening, go big, go big with your dreams, with your vision for business, right? Then the second thing I would say is that you got to find a good coach and mentor. It's going to be very, very crucial to have somebody that have been through what you're trying to beat through or can help you down the line. Then the third thing I say is going to work on your mindset, because the journey of entrepreneurship, especially if you're doing something big, can be lonely, difficult. Many, there'll be times I feel really down, went through periods of depression, and that's one thing a lot of people don't see. Now, if you want to start a small business, you're probably not going to understand what I'm saying. But if you have a big goal, big dream and visions, right, you're going to go through periods of discouragements, periods of depression, periods of self-doubt. And many founders are beginning to talk about it now. Founders usually don't talk about these things publicly, and they're suffering in silence, but there's no shame in it, So just know that you're going to go through tough time, but just don't stop. If that's my biggest secret ever, is don't stop. Don't ever stop. It's okay to get knocked down, but get up as fast as you can and keep moving. As long as you're making progress every single day, before you know it, one step after the other, one day you're going to get to your destination.
Exactly. This is the way I'm looking at. This one of the things. I had a friend who was joining and going to AA meeting. As the AA meetings in the US is quite popular. They are everywhere. They're for Alcoholics Anonymous. So my friend invited me there, and I wanted to join and see what it's like. So I went there, and I realized that there is a lot they have in common with entrepreneur. You get hooked, you get involved into this entrepreneur. You step into this role. You go into the business, and there's gonna be ups and downs. They're gonna be downs a lot more often than ups, a lot more often. So you fall down, you get flat on your face. Sometimes it hurts, it's painful sometimes, but don't get discouraged, and don't look at like you have long-term goal, but the way you do it like you said, one step at a time. Just like AA meetings, they have one day at a time. So one step at a time, you do what you need to do today. You identify the tasks that you need just today. Don't yet look, you have that, like it's somewhere out there, this is your goal. You're moving toward, but your day-to-day determines, you just do one step at a time, one day at a time. One day at a time, you solve this, move on to the next. Tomorrow we will solve something else. Day after tomorrow is something else. You keep going step after step, and you get there. So surprisingly, that you will get there.
Yeah, that's very true. You're gonna get there. You just don't stop. Just keep moving. One day, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, when the cloud is full of rain, it empties themselves on the field. Right? So the cloud is going to be full of rain. Just keep tilling the ground until the cloud is full of rain. It's going to just pour one day.
Very cool. I can see why you're a popular coach.
That's why you're in the coaching business.
Yeah, you're a natural. Hey, the Vikings, Minnesota Vikings, I think. How good are you with football teams?
A little bit. I think once Vonza gets more stable, I'll have more time. But right now, Vonza is just like 24/7 right now. But I do watch some scores here and there. I'm like, okay, that's good. But now back to work on Vonza.
Well, other things here. Where can people go to find more about you, about Vonza? How do they get in touch?
Very good question. So it's vonza.com. V for Victor, VONZA, vonza.com.
V for zebra.
Yeah, V for Victor, O for Orange, N for Nancy, Z for Zebra, A for Apple. Vonza.com. That's the best place to go get started. Then also, I'm also on Instagram, Uyi Abraham. My first name is spelled Uyi Abraham. I'm on all social media.
Cool.
I think that about Instagram, that's something that I have too many questions, but I think it's there for the next meeting. But
so how about the name? That's where did you come up with Vonza?
Very good question. Actually, it was a supernatural experience because I was laying on the bed trying to figure out the name for this software company. I had another name in mind, but it was not exciting to me. It just felt boring. So I just lay on the bed. I said, God, please give me a name. And I just heard Vonza. I didn't even know what Vonza was, so I called my agents and they say, hey, we're going to see if we can get the domain. Somebody else had the domain and they wanted thousands of dollars for it. So, but I really thought that was the name. And also it was 5-letter words, which the shorter the better. So I just put on my credit card. That same night, I didn't negotiate. I just paid them full price.
So you paid them a full price?
Yeah, it was that. The domain name was thousands of dollars. So very expensive. Yeah.
Did you ever find out if it means anything or if it was?
I think I Googled it one time. I think it means something exciting, something accelerating, something doing well. Vonza, like joy, thrill.
It's actually
making progress.
Cool. I like the name.
Yeah,
it's a great name, and it was fun. A lot of times and that was a beautiful story too. There is something to be said for divine inspiration.
Yes, yes.
Well, Gennady, how about other questions on your side?
No, I'm pretty much, it was quite interesting. We kind of get to the end of our time, but definitely we wish you great luck. And
absolutely.
You have an excellent app and a great name too. I like the name. I think that thousands of dollars you paid, I think it's well worth it.
Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing from you guys and looking forward to this episode coming out soon, and it's going to be awesome.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. Best of luck. God bless you and your family and your business too. So.
Thank you. God bless you too.